everybody! Hooray! Welcome to Obstacle Academy's Meet the Athletes, where you will get an inside look at all of their personalities and their interests and their quirks. My name is Hunter Gerard. Let's get into it. Zachary Osborn.
Yep.
I really like you, man. I always have. But I am not excited about this interview.
I'm more surprised that you've always liked me. How's the gremlin when I get
we'll go over that when we get there.
Yeah.
But before we start, before I ask you any questions, we have to determine the intensity of our artificially created abdominal cramping. So if we can pan over to see how this thing's going to start off, we have a range in between bad and the worst. I guess we're going to start with really bad. So that would be setting number 5.
5? We're just starting off at that. Okay.
We're starting off at setting number 5.
Oh.
Oh
I feel it.
Oh my God.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Oh God.
Oh, we have what it takes.
Oh.
Where are you from?
I am from Eden Prairie, Minnesota currently, but for most of my life I lived in Edina, Minnesota.
For question number 2, let's see what type of intensity we're going to have to withstand.
That's a great question number 2. Ooh.
Thank God. Okay, I was just getting used to it.
Same. 1 or 0?
That's a lot better, isn't it?
It's great.
How long have you been doing ninja?
I've been doing ninja on and off for probably 8, 9 years probably, so well over half of my life.
Wow, I never thought about it in that type of way. How did you start?
So basically, when I was little, I was super bad at every sport, and I hated them all too, to go on top of that. So, and then we were just watching TV one night in my parents' room, and American Ninja Warrior came on, and my brother and I were really into karate at the time. So, yeah.
You made a mistake, and then it turned out.
And then I was like, whoa, this is really cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Sick, dude. We're going to move on to our next question. And in order to do that, we're obviously going to have to know our intensity.
Yep.
I hope we get a good one, because I feel like this is sort of an elaborate question. So, come on, baby. Did we do really bad? We did really bad already, didn't we? That's totally fine, dude. I can live with that. So 5. Here it comes again, buddy.
Oh,
Oh my God, it's right back into it.
Oh, you forget how quickly you get
Oh my God.
used to not being at 5.
Okay. What role does ninja play in your life?
It basically plays the defining factor as of right now. I'm in school right now, junior year, so that takes up probably most of my life. As of I got to be there, I got to do my homework. But the second I'm out of school, it's basically I'm thinking about ninja. Mm-hmm. I got practice 5 days a week. And then I got rock climbing on Sundays, so 6 days of practice a week, and then I coach 3 days a week too. So.
Wow. See, I knew you did all of this stuff, but to hear you come out and say it, I mean, it paints a better picture of the amount of your time that it takes up.
Yeah.
I knew you coached, and obviously I know you have practices every day. Mm-hmm. But I know that you're climbing also, and you're coaching 6 days a week?
3 days a week.
3 days a week.
I train
You're training 6 days
yes.
a week. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, that moves us on to our next question, doesn't it?
It does.
What do we got there, Skinny? Give us a spin. Oh, it's bad right away, but you kind of get used to it.
Even worse.
I don't like that, bro.
That's one more up.
Yep. We're moving to, what is that, 6? Okay.
Oh,
Wow,
don't
there's a
even wanna-
difference.
there's a oh.
Oh my god.
Tiny difference, barely noticeable.
Are friendships in your program important?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think I would have lasted ninja throughout 3 years here or not even three, a year without friends. I mean, it's everything. I mean, to be able to train with people that you know,
Yeah.
it's just, and then being friends with the coaches too. That's very important. If you hate your coach, you're probably not gonna like the sport.
Yeah, dude, it leaves a super bad taste in your mouth. It is too. I mean, I've said this before, but no matter how bad something sucks, as long as you're suffering through it,
As a group.
as a group, it's not actually that bad.
Absolutely.
That's some of like what the early conditioning you guys did. That was a huge part of it. Is if you're all suffering through it together, it's infinitely better than just kind of being punished alone.
Yes.
Cool. That's a good answer, man. So I guess that we'll move on to our next question, which will move on to our new randomized intensity.
Yeah.
Thank God.
I mean, that's basically good at this point.
That is basically good.
What is that?
4.
4? Okay, I can. Oh. Lovely, lovely.
Came in here kind of cold, and that warmed me up. That warmed me right up. I'm no longer cold. What are your goals after you graduate? When do you graduate? This is your junior year?
This is my junior
So
year.
you graduate in a year and a half.
Yes, I graduate high school in a little bit over a year and a half. What do I plan to do?
You're gonna be an adult, Zachy.
Adult. That's not right. I would probably. I want to take a gap year, but I do not think it's gonna happen. So ideally, I stay locally. Probably one of the local Minnesota universities, because it's really scary moving away from everything that I've known. Because I've been in Minnesota my entire life. I made great friends. Even a lot of my family's in Minnesota. I don't know, but I also don't want to restrict myself to just Minnesota. So
Yeah, that's a weird balance to try to, level out. What would your parents do if you said, "Hey, I want to take a gap year"? What do you think? What would your mom say?
no.
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 What would your dad say? Ask your mom.
He'd probably think about it more logically, and be like, okay, why? But I still think the overall answer would be no, and
Yeah.
I understand why though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I suppose it's time to move on to our next question here.
I mean, we could wait here.
Let's
at
find
that
out
for
what
a
our
little bit.
intensity is. It was fun to talk about that for a while on the lowest.
We're not worrying about even worse. Is that back to 6?
Yep, we're going back to 6, buddy.
We're going back to 6.
We're going back to 6. People just do this, huh? For days at a time.
Yep.
It's so bad.
Oh,
dude. Dream job.
dream job.
Yeah, brother. Let's go.
Probably I'd love to put machines on my stomach and test cramping levels artificially, but no. Oh, what is my dream job? Right now,
That's my job right now.
I love what we do here, coaching.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a community, but
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Into the future, probably statistics, something to do with statistics. I find that I'm good at math so far, and I really love sciences. So I feel like they melt together pretty well. And I feel like statistics is a pretty good, stable,
So to be a statistician
yeah, maybe.
or something where you're using that skill set?
Yeah, mainly, just numbers. I feel like
Okay.
I'm pretty good with numbers.
Cool. Maybe business. What about a nightmare job?
Nightmare job.
Yeah.
Definitely not fake cramps. I would, but nightmare job.
This warms you up so fast,
Okay.
dude.
There's another athlete that's in the Meet the Athletes. His name is Tristan Anderson.
We met him.
Yeah, he said he wanted to be an entrepreneur. I do not want to work for him. That's a nightmare.
That's a
That is a
perfect.
nightmare.
That's coming full circle like that is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, well that wraps up that question. Let's give that dial a spin. Whee!
Please don't be the worst. So, it's that time, isn't it? It's that time. So that's 8. That's 8.
Yep. We can do this, dude. We have what it takes. Up to 8, huh, boys? Wow.
Oh, I'm at 7. Oh, God. It's still
Oh
going.
my god.
Oh,
Are you on 8?
I just made it.
All right,
I'm,
bud.
like, twitching. Let's get through this.
Where were we? One thing people don't know about you.
One thing people don't know about me. Ooh.
Does it help if you lean back?
I don't know. One thing that people don't know about me is I have a tummy ache.
It's just rattling my bladder right now. I feel like my bladder is just bouncing around like in my core.
What? I don't know. I feel like I share a lot. Probably too much. Within this gym.
Is there such thing?
Yeah. Yes, there is. There's definitely sharing.
What's something that people, even the people who know you here, would be like, huh?
Huh. Okay. So, like, most people here know me as, like, a pretty good student. I get pretty good grades. They think I'm smart. That's crazy.
Right?
I pay so little attention in school. Like, I'm talking to my friends the entire class. Like, if I'm sitting next to a friend, there is no attention. I won't interrupt the class. I draw the line there, though.
Mhm.
Like, I can't. The teachers, they have a hard job. And
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, let's move on to our next question. Let's give us a spinny. This isn't a very fun setting.
I feel like I've gotten used to it. I feel
Yeah,
like if we go
it
down and
wasn't
we
as
have to
bad.
go back up.
Cool, let's just hang out here then. You know,
Honestly, I think that's better than going back to, like, 1 and then...
and then the jarring, like...
1 to
yeah,
8.
You got a point, dude.
At least we went from 6 to 8.
You definitely have a point. Yeah. Yeah, once you're in it, you're kind of in it, huh? What have you learned from the interview? Has your perspective on anything
What have I learned?
changed? It says thoughts before and after interview. So
I mean,
it's tough to think, like, super clearly right now.
I learned that what is it, 10's 7,000 machine. It can go pretty.
Yeah, it's intense in the right spots, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I coming into this, I was told that you had to hold down skinny, so I was terrified.
So we had Skinny's pads a lot lower on his abdomen
Okay.
than ours are. But it was just 3 grown men, you know, putting pads on Skinny, which is no new technology for us.
This is that's
not
not
new technology for us. And it seemed when we put them on Skinny, we put them low, like directly above belt line. And I don't know if we would have made it through this.
Yeah.
Like, we had to hold them down.
Yeah, so I was terrified.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous too. As soon as I saw your pads going on, I thought, okay, they're a little bit higher on the abdomen. It should be just a little bit better. So, final advice, anything else you want to say to anybody before we wrap up your Meet the Athlete Zachary Osborn interview?
Go watch the Meet the Athlete for Tristan Anderson. That's a good one. He's an expert sandwich maker, and I don't think there's a better way to put it.
I agree. You heard it here. You have met Zachary Osborn. Thanks for tuning in. Let's head back to the competition. Goodbye.